All right, thanks for coming back and joining us. I have you with me someone okay, an absolute legend, someone I've adored and just followed her career from, I think it must have been 1992 was the first time I saw her on my screen, and she's here today, Ngozi. Thanks for being here. Let me just
Thank you, Ebuka.
You didn't bring any phones for us to take selfies today.
Don't worry. Today
it's not selfie time today.
It's not a selfie day.
How are you doing?
I'm cool.
Straight to this longevity of yours. What is the secret? Because a lot of people who you started your career with are not as relevant as you are today. I mean, you're still bagging endorsements. You're still in TV series. You're doing movies. You're still very active and doing well at it. How have you been able to just stay this consistent?
For me, I'll say it's all thanks to God. Really.
That's it?
Yeah, it's God. Because if I say it's my doing, no, it's God. Yeah. It's just God.
Let's go to living in bondage. How did you get that role?
How did I get the role of living in bondage? Actually, I was with a friend at National Theatre. You know, we have this place we call Abegi.
Yes.
If you are very, very conversant with National Theatre, Abegi is where we meet the artists as at then to get information and all that. And I was sitting there with a friend, and one lady approached me and said, "Did I hear that they're shooting a movie that is called Living in Bondage, that they're looking for people?" I said, "Movie, Living in Bondage."
Living in Bondage, which is 25 years old now. And you played Ego was your role, I believe.
Ego man, yes.
Ego. Was that the start for you? Or even at that, did you still believe in the movie industry? Of course, I knew you were acting before then, of course. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying for Nollywood now, did you start believing in Nollywood from there? Or did you still need some convincing, maybe?
No. I didn't need any convincing, because before that time, Ibuka, we had the 16mm.
Yeah.
We have the TV soaps and all that. A lot
of soaps were doing
so
very well.
It's just that by then, it wasn't a movie thing. But from there on, I had this belief that, oh yes, we can actually be greater than we were before. Yeah. And that's it, because remember in those days, Pa Ogun did them. They were the people on top. Yeah. With the 35mm and the 16mm films then. But with the coming in of the movie, the small films, well, there's this thing that, good. A lot of people.
It was more commercial.
Oh, yes. A lot of people will have jobs here and there. And then somehow, it actually made the industry not to be a thing of never do well. Because before, they used to see it as drop out.
So why did you go into it if you had that reputation? What was the attraction for you?
No, that's what people felt in those days. If you are a theater practitioner, they see you as a never do well person. They see you as someone who don't really have a means of livelihood. You just dabble into it and all that.
But was your family always in support?
Oh, well, I won't lie. My family, they were not in support. But it's what I love doing. Yeah. I've always loved to be in the entertainment industry. Because before then, what I actually wanted to do was to be a newscaster. Because then I used to watch Auntie Julie Coca.
Very
CNN,
elegant.
Thank you. CNN, we're brown. And I'm like, wow, one day I will sit in front of a television and
read the news.
Read the news. And I am not reading the news, but to God be the glory. This is me today. Yes.
So you just took a different route. Mm-hmm. So your career now is spanning how many decades now? When was the first time you got into the arts proper?
I think it's 34, 3 decades and some.
So like the early 80s pretty much?
Yes. Well, the first time I got into the camera proper was 1984.
And what was it?
That was A Card on You
Okay.
at NTA.
You look at then and now. I hear a lot of people, especially from your generation, say, you know, back then maybe the soaps especially were more professional. There was a lot of, you know, depth with the stories. Do you find that? Are you happy with what's happening today? I mean, there's a lot more people in the industry. There's a lot more stories being told. But do you think we're doing better, or we are where we should be?
We're not where we should be. We're not yet there, but I believe we will get there. But as per soaps and all that, I think then our soaps had more depth than now.
Okay.
Now, what we have mostly is all the razzmatazz, all the glitz and glams. That's what we have now. But when you take a look at the stories behind the glitz and glams, it's
not many of them have.
Yeah, it's not really. It doesn't have depth. Just very few.
Does it worry you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But I believe very soon, and very, very soon we will get there.
So I still want to touch on living in bondage now, because I remember you were the bad girl in the movie. You remember that very well. I mean, I probably saw Living in Bondage almost 100 times.
Bad girl?
I mean, you kissed Andy, who was Kenneth Okonkwo at the time. Was it a difficult thing for you to do? Because back then, I mean, even now, we're still sort of a conservative country with regards to things like that, even though you see that more in movies now. But back then, it was a big deal, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Was it an easy decision for you to make, to say, okay, I'm going to kiss Kenneth Okonkwo in the movie, and it's fine?
Yes, it was, because we had a problem when we were shooting that particular bit. It was like, okay, we have a kissing scene, and they were like, the director was trying to see a way to, you know, play around it without it being real, because it's like, will she agree? What's going to happen? And I'm like, hold on, what's going on here? What do you want?
Just tell me.
What? And he said, actually, the character you are supposed to kiss. And I said, is that all? You just kiss. That's all. I said, okay. Kenneth, bring your mouth.
How did he feel? Was it a problem for him?
No, not at all. It's not a problem for him. And that's just it. We kissed, and that was all. The day was short, and that's it.
Was there any sort of backlash that came with that?
No, I don't think so. No.
So you because you find that these days, even till now, even when you see some people do certain scenes, maybe even beyond kissing, you see all of these people talk about, oh, this is not good. You're a mother. You're a lady. You should be. You didn't get any of that back, because this was 1993 we're talking about.
Yes, I did not. But going to that aspect as an actor, it is make believe. And as an actor, you have to play your roles in the best convincing way possible. That is just it.
Yeah.
It's either you are there or you are not there. There are some movies that you watch these days, and the kissing and the romance and all whatnot is so appalling. You begin to...
It's not even convincing.
You begin to wonder, is it by force? It's either you are there or you are not there. You're doing it or you're not doing it. Yeah. That's it.
You're going to commit.
Bam. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to commit, say, oh, hell no, I don't want to commit. Yeah. I once had a scene, I was under the duvet with someone, you know, and it was like, the director was like, are you sure you can? I said, what is there, for God's sake? Is he carrying me away? Am I carrying him away? No. He's not my guy. I'm not his babe. So, boy, get under this duvet and let's do this thing and get it over with. That's my work. And at the end of the day, you face your way and I go mine. That's it.
That's how it should be.
Oh, yes.